Kakadosh Bokato Shavuot. We're continuing with Halachot now with Arba Parashyot. Shulchan Aruch and Siman Tafresh Peheh brings down, and this is what we started speaking about, the Rosh Chodesh, which is going to be Samuch LeNisan, right? He says Shechal Yom B'Shabbat. They're going to read Parashat Shekalim. So when you have Rosh Chodesh Adar, which is close to Nisan, is obviously it's Rosh Chodesh Adar Samuch LeNisan. But if it's going to be 2 months, so obviously you're going to do it another Bet and not another Aleph. That's why it says it's Samuch LeNisan. So you're going to read Parashat Shekalim, which is going to be in Parashat Kitisan till, right, the Kiyonei Choshet. We have the Haftarah that we read yesterday, Vayichrot, Yoyadah. And then afterwards, we're going to have the third week, which is going to be, okay, it's going to go in order, but the Halacha states as follows. Usually, we do have a break in between Shekalim and Zachor. But it all depends when Rosh Chodesh falls out. Since Rosh Chodesh fell on Shabbat in itself, there cannot be a break because Zachor always has to be before Purim. And therefore, since Purim is going to come out on a Friday, so therefore, obviously, the Shabbat before has to be Parashat Zachor. So then the break will be the Shabbat after Purim, because the Shabbat after Purim will not be Parah, because remember that whenever the Rosh Chodesh of Nisan is, that's going to be Parashat HaChodesh, and the one before that is going to be Parashat Parah. So therefore, then the break will be the one afterwards. So here it says, this is in Sivav already, that there are certain days when do we make Rosh Chodesh Adar. So he says it's Zayin Bet Daled Vav, meaning Rosh Chodesh Adar could only fall out on Shabbat, on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. It cannot fall out on any other day of the week. Now the Siman of the Shabbatot for Hafsakah is going to be Zayin Tet Vav, Bet, it's going to be Vav, Daled, right, will be Yod Vav, he says, which means when Rosh Chodesh Shabbat is going to come out, so if Rosh Chodesh is in Shabbat, so Mafsikin B'chamisha Asar Bo. So that's this year. This year Rosh Chodesh came out on Shabbat, so the Hefsek, the Pasek is going to be on Tetvav. What does that mean it's going to be in Tetvav? The 15th of Adar is going to be Shabbat, the day after Purim. That Shabbat is nothing. Why is it nothing? Because again, as I already explained, you have the Shekalim, which is the actual day of Rosh Chodesh. You have Zachor, which is always the Shabbat before Purim. Then you're going to have the Hefsek. And then you're going to have Parah, the next Shabbat. And then it's going to be Parashat HaChodesh. When it comes out on Monday, so he says, Mafsikim Bevav. So therefore, the 6th day, that is going to be the Hefsek. So the one before Rosh Chodesh is Shabbat Shekalim. The next Shabbat is going to be nothing, which is going to be the 6th of Adar. And then you continue. And that's just the way that it is. The last halacha is to do with Parashat Zachor and Parashat Parah. We know that according to Maran, not like the Mishabra, according to Maran, Zachor and Parah is Doraita. Since Zachor and Parah is Doraita, obviously we have to try to be careful whether it's going to be Chovah, the biblical commandment, because this means that we have a mitzvah in a Torah to eradicate Amalek and also Parashat Parah according to Shita Maran, and therefore we take out the Sefer Torah, which is the most mehudar. We're going to read from it. This is going to be Parashat Zachor and Parah. So it's this coming Shabbat, and then afterwards, right, 2 weeks later on Parashat Parah. So this is just to pay attention, right, to the importance of this Shabbat that's coming up, because Zachor is Doraita, according to the majority of opinions, and that's how Shulchan Aruch is posek. So therefore, you have to have in mind, right, the being Yotzei Chovah, a biblical command in order to destroy Amalek.